羽ばたいたら戻らないと言って目指したのは
So the PlayStation 5 has finally got its official release. We've got the reveal trailer, we've got the reveal, we've got everything. It's finally all here, and it was pretty underwhelming if you ask me. They showed a lot of indie titles, they showed a lot of different things, they showed some hype stuff like Spider-Man, but it was, at the end of the day, still pretty underwhelming. But I'm gonna get into that. Today we're gonna be breaking down the reveal. What they started us off with was GTA 5. Now GTA 5 is, everybody knows what GTA 5 is. Everybody has played GTA 5. And so what they did with GTA 5 is they announced it again for the PlayStation 5. As if you didn't know that that was gonna happen, it was pretty obvious. Of course they're gonna reveal such a big game that has been so successful for the PlayStation 4 to hold it over until GTA 6 comes out, if it ever does. Who knows, maybe it's just a rumor at this point. But what they decided to do with GTA 5 is they actually revealed that it's going to be a free title. Now, a nice little shot of the controller here, and it says here we got PS5 owners will get a free GTA 5 online. Well, it says GTA Online free at launch of 2021. I don't know what that means. It might be a different version of the game in which you can only play online. I don't know what that doesn't make a lot of sense to me though. So it's probably just the entire GTA 5 game for free at launch 2021. So GTA 5 is technically a launch title for the system, and they also announced that GTA 5 players will be getting $1 million every month up until the reveal of PlayStation 5 on coming to the market. So that was an interesting way for them to start off the direct. In my opinion, that was the worst way they could have started it off. That really just led you on to believe that, okay, this direct is not going to be anything too serious, you know what I mean? Or well, that's just the vibe that I got. But moving on here, we get a look at Spider-Man 2. Now, this is insane that they revealed this at the second game. They revealed PlayStation 5 Spider-Man 2 featuring Miles Morales, the second game that they revealed. Now, in my opinion, I don't know why they decided to do this. I feel like they should have saved this for the end, because after this point, it really doesn't get too much more interesting after this. But as we can see, they even gave us a little bit of gameplay. The game looks fantastic. Everybody knows Spider-Man PS4 was one of the greatest titles to ever release on PlayStation 4. So I'm sure this just got everyone hyped as soon as they saw this. It looks phenomenal. Miles Morales suit looks great. Everything looks great. We know that game is going to be a fucking... Whoa, I can't curse in this video. That game is going to be a banger title for the system. So that was very exciting news to see within the reveal. Holiday 2020 as well, so that means that this will be coming in around December or January of this year. Super big news, super insane, like just fun, great. So the next title that they decided to reveal was Gran Turismo. Now, Gran Turismo has been a dead series for PlayStation for quite some time now. I haven't seen anything from it. I don't really remember anything from it. I haven't seen or heard anything of this game, and I am not aware of any fans of this game or of like a big following. But when I was watching the stream, because sadly I wasn't able to stream this myself, I had to watch it, watch Afro Senju stream this. Shout out to Afro Senju. But I seen a lot of people in the comments on Twitter and in the live stream, the official live stream, there was actually some fans that were pretty excited for this game. Now, I didn't pay too much attention when it first was revealed in the actual trailer, but I gotta say it looks pretty good. But at the end of the day, once you play a racing game, you've kind of played them all. That's what I believe. But obviously there's fans for this genre, because Xbox would not be releasing Forza every single year if it didn't have a good following. So of course, obviously there is a fan base for these racing games. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be super excited to have this in their hands. I'm not one of them. I don't know many people that are, but let's move on to the next title. Actually, a brand new Ratchet and Clank. Now, this was very interesting to me because this was completely unexpected, completely out of the blue. I would have never thought that they would even release another Ratchet and Clank after the last Ratchet and Clank. Now, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I don't remember that game doing too well, and I didn't really see them taking the series any further after that, but prove me wrong. I thought this was a great reveal trailer for this game. I think this game looks really, really good, and I think it's a good way for PlayStation to battle all the haters, all the people that say that PlayStation doesn't really try to battle Nintendo with its first party support and things like that. In this reveal trailer, that is one thing you have to give them props for. They did announce a lot of indie games and not a lot, but enough first party titles to have us look out for, like something like Ratchet and Clank, which is a platformer action based sort of game. It's for kids, it's for everyone. So I thought this was a really good reveal trailer. It looks pretty damn good, I gotta say. The graphics look good. The mechanics with the warping, and it just looks really interesting. So if that's your cup of tea, then I'm sure you're gonna be super excited for that. If you're getting this system for your kids, then this is obviously a title that you want to be on the lookout for. It's definitely more oriented for kids, you know what I'm saying? Kids are gonna be getting this for the holiday release, of course. But let's go ahead and move on to the next titles. Now, what they decided to do with this reveal is they released a ton of information about a ton of indie games. Now, from what I've seen, personally, I saw a lot of disconnect to these indie games. Obviously, I get what they're doing. Personally, a big complaint from PlayStation is that they do not have enough indie titles. They do not have enough first-party support, third-party support on the system. The only things that really carry it in its lifespan are things like 2K and things like Call of Duty that eventually get old. You're not going to play that throughout the entire lifespan. You're not just going to have those two games. Obviously, some people do, but you can't just have those two titles to carry out your entire lifespan with the PS5. So what they decided to do, they revealed a lot of indie titles. The first one here being Project Athea. This one looked very vague, very interesting. Not really showing any gameplay, but it looked interesting to say the least. The next one that they released was called Stray. Now this one looked a lot more interesting to me because of the art style and the graphics, and you see it's like a robot. It seems going to be story based. They released a lot of story based titles, and this one looks a lot more interesting to me just based on the art style being a little bit different. And you see these are robots characters, and we see a cat as the main character. So I have no idea what this is about, but this might catch the eye of a lot of people. They have been very hush about the system for most of the time before it's released. The PlayStation 5 is only about 5 months away, and we know still this much about the system up until this reveal trailer. So this is the controller reveal. They announced things like haptic feedback, built-in microphone, the audio jack returns. We've got a new button. They replaced the share button. It's very interesting controller. It's got motion sensors. It looks pretty sleek. I don't really personally have an issue with it. I've seen a lot of people don't really favor it, and a lot of people do. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the only color for the controller. I feel like once we get different colors for the controller, like I feel like silver is going to make this system look amazing. Now this controller in silver is going to be beautiful, but obviously it's a pretty good looking controller. I personally prefer Nintendo's controllers and Xbox controllers. For a long time now, I have never favored this design. This design has always been awkward for me. Like, I don't know if I could show you, but it just doesn't fit me the way that I would want it to. I've always preferred the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller or the Nintendo Wii U Pro Controller even, and the Xbox controller. Not really the Xbox One, more the Xbox 360, but it's nice to see that they have changed the design a lot. It looks like they've made it a little bit wider. They've changed the shape a lot. So I think this is going to favor me personally a lot more, but obviously this goes down to preference. A lot of people are probably going to miss the old design. A lot of people are probably going to get used to it because it's not that different. But honestly, in my opinion, I think this is a big step forward for the controllers because they really did not touch the design for so long, ever since the PlayStation 1. Really, they didn't really change anything too much, too drastically, and they still haven't. But with the way that it's shaped now, I feel like it'll feel much better in the hands. But obviously, you got to get a hands-on reaction to get the real feel of that. This looks pretty interesting. I'm not really sure what the story is. It reminds me too much of Death Stranding, and as all Death Stranding knowledgeable people know, that game was very scarring. It was not the best experience. So this was huge. This was pretty big for me. They revealed a Little Big Planet game. Now this is huge for me. This is to me, when I seen this, I seen PlayStation telling haters, stop. We get it. We are going to battle Nintendo. We have our own titles. We have our own Mario. We have our own Sonic. We can do this. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, these games are not as big as Mario and Sonic, and they probably never will be, but this is huge for PlayStation. I think this is a really good reveal. I think this is a really good opportunity for them to go ahead and try to combat Mario and Sonic and all of these other first party games with, you know, their own platformers, their own little niche games that have followings and are for everyone. Just like Ratchet and Clank, I think this is a great title. The game looks good. I wouldn't say it doesn't look too adventurous. It looks a little bit like they played it a little bit safe, but nonetheless, a new Little Big Planet. Very, very interesting. The next title they revealed was some sort of a racer, what's the game called? What's that game called? The game with the soccer balls and the race cars. Don't get at me, bro. But yeah, so basically this looked like a little like I'm not sure what this was, but it definitely looked a lot like that one game. This was cool. Another brand new title to bring to the PlayStation, so that should be definitely pretty interesting. It all depends on how it plays, whether it's successful or not. It looks cool. It looks adventurous. I don't know how big it'll be. It looks like it has the potential to be really big or really small, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see for that one. Now, this was one of my favorite reveals in the entire event. I think this might be not my favorite, but this is one of my favorites. I thought this reveal trailer was perfect. I thought it was really good. It looked beautiful, and it looks like it's got some potential, man. Like, I'm not gonna give it too much credit before it actually shows anything, but just the way the graphics look, well, the way the environments look and the art style, it definitely gives you a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild vibe at the very least. And it's an adventure game. It seems to be a platformer. It seems pretty damn good, pretty damn cool. So I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for this one. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I really like what PlayStation is doing with trying to combat Nintendo and like Steam and stuff with different indie titles and different first party titles. That's really good for PlayStation, because one of the biggest complaints, something that not a lot of people realize, a lot of people complain about this. Now, not everyone is going to want to play 2K and Call of Duty all the time. You know what I mean? A lot of people like to play other games. That's why people have multiple consoles. For me personally, I have a PlayStation and I have a Switch. If I want to go play Mario, if I want to go play a platformer, I want to go play something more fun, I'm going to go pick up my Switch. If I want to go play something more action, adventure, something like Uncharted, something like Call of Duty, something like 2K, the basic games. Those are more basic games, less adventurous. I'm gonna go to the PlayStation. Now, with them trying to adapt and create more titles like Nintendo and have them exclusive to the PlayStation, that's really good for them, so they can have more players that feel content with having only a PlayStation. And I think that's really good for them. But after this point, this is where it goes downhill just a little bit. Now, this reveal trailer was probably the worst in the entire event. I have no idea what this was. It looked like an Adventure Time, a bad Adventure Time fan animation. I have no clue who cleared this. It doesn't look too good. I'm not excited for it at all. It showed no gameplay. I don't know what that was. Who knows? It could be the best game on here. Who knows? But from the reveal, it definitely killed the vibe going throughout the entire rest of the event. After this point, we get a ton of indie games. All of them look at least to be decent. Some of them better than others, but a lot of them falling flat for me personally. Honestly, at this point of the reveal trailer, the reveal event, I felt like they were using these more as fluff for the event to make the event longer. I really didn't see their necessity to be revealed in the event itself. This is the PlayStation 5 reveal event, and I don't know what indie titles have really to do with the PlayStation 5 reveal event, but hey, I mean, I'm sure these titles have caught the eye of some people. We got this title here, Godfall. Now, this one looked pretty interesting to me. I heard somebody say maybe it'll be their Warframe, the PlayStation 5's Warframe. I think this looked pretty good, actually. This looks pretty interesting. If you're into this sort of thing, it seems like more of a Warframe style of game. It's like a first person or third person, adventure style of game where you just go around and fight enemies and probably have missions and stuff like that. So that one looked pretty cool. But yeah, hopping into more serious stuff, we got Hitman. They announced Hitman 3. Now, the thing about Hitman is once you've played one of the Hitman games, it's kind of like, why do I need to play the next one? You know what I mean? Like, it's cool that they have another Hitman game released, but I feel like they really have to change up the formula a little bit if they're going to keep this genre fresh, new, and exciting. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, everything on this reveal event is going to look really good. So it's going to be more Hitman. I'm sure it's going to get a lot of buys. Hitman is a good title. It's a good shooter, or not shooter, but more, you know what I mean? 2K21. Now, I've got some gripes with this reveal trailer. 2K21. This was probably the least interesting reveal trailer in the entire event. Somehow I can't believe they did. Like, it's like they believe that showing off graphics every year is going to create hype for the game, and it does, because 2K players are bots. 2K players are literally just players people that will buy the game every single year and not really care too much about the changes, except for the more hardcore players, the more die-hard players that really look into the changes and how the series has really dropped dramatically, especially around the time of 2K18. I remember there was a lot of controversy around that one, but this was bad. This was terrible. I don't really know why they thought this would be okay. We got a close-up of we got a close-up of Zion Williamson. He got his sweat all over the screen. Like, I don't know what this was. It was just a graphics reveal trailer, a graphics simulator for the game. Nobody cares about this. But for the next title, we got Demon's Souls. Now, apparently, I read in one of the comments that Demon's Souls is actually what inspired the entire Dark Souls trilogy. Now, that is really interesting to me. I feel like this title could be really, really big if that's the truth. If they actually take the time to put care into this project, then I think it could be really good. If it's a really good looking Dark Souls, or even like an adapted version of that, then that's gonna be a pretty big game. It's gonna be a pretty big title. So I've got hopes for that one as well. Deathloop. Okay, now this was also one of my favorite reveal trailers for the entire event. This looks great. Now this looks actually interesting. It's got a good art style. It seems like it's gonna have a good story. We've got a shooter, a first-person shooter. It's gonna be a story mode title. It looks interesting. It reminds me of the Incredibles, when the original Incredibles. That's what the feel I get of this. This just looks like fun. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna pick up this game and just have fun with it. I can't wait to get this title when it releases. Not too much to say about it because we don't really have too much gameplay, but once again, the most I could say is it looks interesting. Got another huge banger. Now this one was this threw me for a loop. I can't lie to you, this threw me for a loop. I had no idea this was coming out. I had no idea this was even going to be the game that was for this trailer. I thought this was going to be a completely different game. There's no way that this is Resident Evil 8, but that is what they revealed. They revealed Resident Evil 8. It looks great. It looks phenomenal. It looks interesting. They took so much excitement for this game, especially after Resident Evil 7 and after they realized why Resident Evil 7 was so successful. I have nothing but high hopes for this title. It looks like a very interesting story horror title, and I can't wait to play it. I actually missed the opportunity to play Resident Evil 7, so I cannot wait for this one. Nothing but high hopes. 2021 as well, which is just fine. I feel like that's a good time to release it. And now, ending off the event strongly, right after Resident Evil 8, they give us Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Now this is another title that I actually also did not pick up, just because I wasn't too into the story mode thing at the time. I was more interested in Nintendo games story mode. You know, I wasn't too interested in Xbox, PlayStation story mode titles, but now that I've opened my eyes, opened my mind, I cannot wait for this title. This is probably the prettiest revealed trailer in the entire event. It looks phenomenal. It looks interesting. It's got so many lush environments, so many interesting characters, it's such a cool world. Now I did watch a lot of this game, a lot of the first game, and I know it was a huge success, so I know a lot of people are going to be super excited and happy for this to come out. Ending off the stream, we finally got a great look at the two systems that we'll be revealing. We've got the PlayStation 5 with the discs, and then we also have a version of the PlayStation 5, a fully digital version. Now this is extremely interesting. This is crazy, bro. We've got two versions of the system, and this is going to be the bridge. This is going to be cutting off the gap, cutting off the bridge. There's no longer going to be disc support very soon. I believe that it's coming, at least for PlayStation, at least for Xbox. There's not going to be any more disc support. They're going to be transferring over to digital. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be copying the digital version only, because what's the point of having the disc version anymore? People are going to want to have the next gen experience in the full fashion. For me personally, that's what I'm looking for, so I will be copying the digital version of the system. This is extremely interesting because there's something special about collecting discs and collecting cases and you know, just having that, you know, having that memory of when you got this, when you picked up that case. You know what I mean? Kids are not gonna be able to experience that anymore, and that just hurts me a little bit. It hurts my soul just a little bit. But honestly, this is the future, and we knew that this was coming eventually. I don't have too much of a problem with it, but I gotta say, these two systems look sleek. They look good. I do not have any issues with it. Anything besides the disc portion on the non-digital version. The disc, I'm sure it looks fine overall, but honestly, we all know we all know we're all getting the digital version. We all know that. Let's be realistic. Let's be honest. Yeah, they did reveal both systems. They revealed what they look like. They revealed some of the specs, a lot of things that people were waiting to hear on. But one thing we do not know yet is the price. Now, this is the most important thing, I believe, for the system at the time, especially now, 5 months before its official reveal. We do not know the price for this system. Now, that does nothing but cause anxiety for the fans. Now, I don't know why they decided to keep hush on so much of the specs and everything so close to its reveal, but I'm sure hopefully there's a good reason. Hopefully this reveals at a good price. It does have backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 4 game, so it is going to be a full step forward, a full investment, a great investment if you get it, and you will probably be able to say goodbye to your PlayStation 4 on release, which is very good, very nice to see that they are taking the steps necessary to really just move on and create the next experience, something meaningful, something different. That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back at y'all with some actual gaming videos very soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Actually, I should be releasing some Dragon Ball Fighters videos or anything, whatever I want to play, you know what I mean. Last of Us 2 is right around the corner. I will be doing a full playthrough on this channel for that game, and I cannot wait for it. So be sure to leave a subscribe on the channel, leave a like on this video, and hit the bell if you want to see when I drop my next video. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for me. Shout out to Afro Senju, and I'm gone.